One chapter, 20 pages. That is all it took to launch the biggest story in the history of manga. Over 1,000 chapters. A worldwide phenomenon. Billions of dollars. And every single bit of it starts right here on a wooden execution platform with one man about to lose his head. And here is the part that breaks my brain every time. Almost everything that pays off hundreds of chapters later is already hiding in plain sight, right here in chapter 1. So let me show you exactly how Eiichiro Oda lit the fuse. We open on the execution of Gol D. Roger, the Pirate King. The one man who conquered the Grand Line and found the legendary treasure the whole world is still chasing, the One Piece. He had it all. The wealth, the fame, the power, all of it. And the world government drags him to a scaffold in front of a screaming crowd, ready to cut him down and scare the entire planet out of ever dreaming about the sea again. It backfires. Spectacularly. Because right as the blades come down, Roger is not begging. He is smiling. Somebody screams up at him, asking where he hid his treasure. And Roger gives the whole world an answer it will never recover from. You want it? Go find it. He left everything he owned in one place, out there, waiting. And that is it. That one sentence sets the entire world on fire. People drop everything and hit the sea. The golden age of pirates explodes. Thousands of crews, one dream. Watch what Oda just did. He did not open on our hero. He opened on the dream itself, the engine that drives every single character in this story, and he lit it on page 1. Now we jump years into the future, to a tiny, sleepy town called Fuchsia Village, and we meet the kid this whole saga belongs to. Loud, fearless, a little bit dumb in the best possible way. A 7-year-old named Monkey D. Luffy. Luffy is obsessed with the pirates parked in his town, a crew led by a laid-back, red-haired captain named Shanks. And more than anything on Earth, Luffy wants in. He wants to sail. Shanks just laughs him off. Come back when you have grown up, kid. And that drives Luffy absolutely insane, because in his head, he is not a kid. He is a future pirate who just happens to be small. So how does a 7-year-old prove he is tough enough for the sea? He grabs a knife and he stabs himself, right under the eye, just to show them he can take it. That is the scar he wears for the next 1,000 chapters. His very first moment on the page is reckless, fearless, and completely unhinged, and that never, ever changes. Then, trying to look cool, Luffy grabs a weird-looking fruit out of the crew's treasure chest, and he eats the entire thing. Huge mistake. That was a devil fruit, the gum fruit. And the second it goes down, his whole body turns to rubber. He stretches his own face clear across the room and completely loses it. But here is the rule that defines the rest of his life. Eat a devil fruit, and the sea rejects you. From this moment on, Luffy can never swim again. The ocean, the one place a pirate lives and dies, will spend the rest of the series trying to drown him. Hold on to that. It comes back fast. Now the mood flips. A pack of mountain bandits storms the bar, led by a thug named Higuma. He insults the crew. He threatens everyone. And to prove how big he is, he smashes a bottle right over Shanks' head and pours a drink all over him. And Shanks? He laughs. He gets down on the floor and starts cleaning up the mess like nothing happened. And Luffy is furious. He cannot process it. How does his hero, a real pirate, just sit there and take that? But Shanks is teaching him something it will take years to understand. Real strength is not your ego. It is not drawing your sword every time somebody runs their mouth. It is knowing what is actually worth fighting for and what is just noise. A spilled drink was not worth bleeding over. Remember that, because Shanks is about to show him the other half of that lesson, and it is going to cost him everything. A little later, Luffy mouths off to the wrong man, and Higuma grabs him and hauls him out onto the open water to drown him. And remember what we just learned. Luffy ate the fruit. He is now a 7-year-old who physically cannot swim, getting thrown into the ocean. And then it gets so much worse. A sea king, a sea monster the size of a building, erupts out of the water and comes straight for him. And in a single heartbeat, Shanks is there. He stares down a monster the size of a mountain and scares it off with nothing but a glare. He pulls Luffy out of the water alive, but it costs him. In that instant, the Sea King takes his left arm clean off, and Shanks does not flinch, not for a second. He gives up his arm, no regret, no hesitation, for one annoying little kid. That is the rest of the lesson. Real strength is also knowing exactly what is worth everything. For Shanks, that was Luffy. And now we hit the moment. The single most important moment in the entire chapter, maybe in the whole series. The crew is finally leaving for good, and Shanks walks up to a crying Luffy standing on the dock. He takes off his straw hat, the hat he has worn this whole time, his most prized possession, and he puts it on Luffy's head. And he tells him, "This hat means everything to me. Bring it back to me one day when you have become a great pirate." It is a promise. It is a torch getting passed from one generation to the next. That straw hat is about to become the most recognizable symbol in all of anime. And this, right here, is the second it lands on his head. And Luffy, through the tears, finally says it out loud. Not as a wish, as a fact. I am going to gather my own crew, I am going to find the One Piece, and I am going to become king of the pirates. The dream Roger lit on page 1 just found the kid who was going to chase it all the way to the end of the world. So step back and look at what Oda pulled off in 20 pages. He gave us the treasure, the dream, the hat, the devil fruit, the no swimming rule, the real meaning of strength, and the exact emotional core of his main character. Every single one of those threads is still paying off over 1,000 chapters later. This is not just a beginning, it is the entire series folded into one perfect chapter. Next chapter, Luffy sets sail on his own. No crew, no map, just a tiny boat and a dream way too big for it, heading straight into his first real fight. We are doing this whole story, one chapter at a time, all the way until we are caught up. So subscribe and start the journey with me from the very beginning. I will see you in chapter 2.